What are tropes that doesn't work for you? The kidnapping plotlines. It seems to annoy me every time. I'm not sure if it's the loss of agency on the part of the MCs, the derailment of the main plot, or what, but I groan whenever it comes up. The worst was a Gwyn book where one of the characters was captured, escaped, and finally jumped off a cliff during her final escape. I remember thinking, thank God that shit is over. She was a character that I actually liked, too, but not after that whole escapade. Killing all the henchmen/bodyguards/soldiers doing their job is okay, but once they have the actual horrible bad guy in front of them, it's time to be a pacifist. Miscommunication/withholding info makes me so irrationally upset, lol. Especially when characters have internal monologues about how they should say XYZ, but don't. And then we get drama for the rest of the book. I see it overused mostly in the romantasy subgenre, and I find it to be lazy storytelling. Giving a character an injury/disability only to magically fix it/replace it in the next scene. It feels like the author wanting to have their cake and eat it too, getting the pain and despair and loss, without having to actually inconvenience or change the character. The enemies to lovers thing that happens in most romantasy, where I end up thinking the love interests are just assholes. When authors back out of moral conundrums by either providing a convenient third option that arises at just the right moment, or by refusing to give any real weight to the consequences of the decision that the characters do decide upon. Most YA tropes TBH. Teenage MC is gorgeous and best at everything but not according to themselves, and has two royalties fighting over them and looking at you. Throne of Glass. Do power fantasies count as tropes? I've bounced off of stuff ranging from Cradle in the middle of book 4 to Red Rising after 3 books. Haven't put my finger on why I don't like it, just that it seems to be universal across all media. It was around the same time I stopped enjoying battle shonen manga. The Not Chosen one is just annoying to read at times. The Unchosen is so entitled and mopey 9 out of 10 times, while the Chosen one is incompetent, arrogant, and just generally unpleasant to be around, so that the MC looks better in comparison. Even though the author states the MC is not chosen, the world still revolves around their farts. Orphan teenager, who just turns out to be the missing heir to the throne with super magical powers. The ostensible good guy who is filled with barely suppressed rage. It's rarely written well. So many protagonists that are in their teens/early 20s have this as their defining trait, and it's just played out and lame. Miscommunication. Anything with any form of trials the main character has to complete is a non-starter for me, unless it's by an author I cherish. That and academy settings. The impossibly competent operator. Jack Reacher is the absolute worst example. The fake outrage of a FMC when she meets her love interest. When there's barely a reason for her to dislike him at all, but she's simultaneously mad as hell and describing his sexy pecs in her own head and doesn't reflect on the controversy, as if she's not even aware of her own thoughts. I am tired of stories where the main character is the strongest, most badass person alive, or has access to rare magic no one else has. Tired of stories with secret royals, royal bastards, and such. Any chosen one trope. I hate the fated mates trope nauseated face. It strips all agency, suspense, and effort from any couple, because why bother trying to make a relationship work when you know both in story and as a reader they're going to be together in the end? Face with rolling eyes, it actually knocks a book down a rating for me. I'm tired of the 18 to 20-year-old heroines in romantasy series ending up impregnated by their love interests and losing all of their kickassery. All of a sudden, these badass young women become these delicate little incubators that must be protected by their men. Monologuing when the enemy is at their mercy, while disclosing all their plans. Usually the villain. I'm generally fine with any trope. It's the execution that matters. Average ideas can be improved through execution, and excellent ideas can be massacred through execution. The main character is just awesome at everything. See Red Rising, not to pick on it, just happens to be the most recent series I picked up. I get tired of the gritty world where everyone's an asshole pretty fast. Well, I actually hate all the "you're the chosen one. The entire world is going to end, but you can save it. And I'll do it, but friendships and love are very important. So much. It feels extra boring and childish to me. When a major point of conflict is that the main characters has to keep something, like the existence of magic, secret from the rest of the world. Nothing inherently wrong with it, I just really don't like it. Dead parents. Parent, best friend, mentor, or so dying as a way to motivate the main character. Only child, or if they have siblings. At least one is evil. Not sure if it's a trope, but in urban fantasy using cancer as a reason mom or whoever is not around. Heart attacks, strokes, and other medical reasons exist. Finally read one where someone had cancer, survived, and is living a good life. I'm a 20-year cancer survivor. It just gets irritating.